When was the last time you truly paid attention to your penile health? As men reach middle and older age, many tend to overlook this aspect, yet it's exactly the time when proper care and attention become more important than ever. In today's video, we'll share with you 5 golden rules for taking care of your penis, specially tailored for older men, simple principles that can make a big difference in your health, comfort, and daily confidence. Don't miss out. Hit the follow button, subscribe now, and watch until the end to discover tips you may have never heard before, but definitely should know. Taking care of penile health is an essential part of maintaining overall well-being and quality of life for men, especially as they enter middle age and older adulthood. Below are daily penis care rules that every older man should follow to stay healthy, comfortable, and confident. 1. Gentle daily hygiene. Keeping the genital area clean is crucial, but it must be done gently to avoid irritation. Use warm water and a mild, fragrance-free soap to wash the penis and surrounding skin. If you are uncircumcised, gently pull back the foreskin and clean underneath. After washing, dry the area thoroughly to prevent moisture buildup, which can lead to infections or skin irritation. Avoid harsh soaps or vigorous scrubbing, as this can strip the skin of its natural protective oils and cause dryness. The Perito Clinic. 2. Daily visual inspection. Spend a few minutes each day checking your penis and testicles for any unusual signs such as swelling, redness, sores, or lumps. This not only helps with early detection of potential health issues but also allows you to become more familiar with your body. If you notice anything abnormal, consult a doctor for timely advice and treatment. 3. Regular testicular self-exams. Monthly testicular self-exams, TSE, are an important habit for detecting testicular cancer and other issues early. The best time to perform the exam is after a warm shower when the scrotal skin is relaxed. Stand in front of a mirror and check for any swelling or changes. Then gently roll each testicle between your thumb and fingers to feel for any lumps or changes in size, shape, or texture. If anything feels off, contact a healthcare provider for further evaluation. Cleveland Clinic. 4. Maintain a healthy lifestyle. Penile health is closely tied to overall health. A balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains can improve blood circulation and sexual function. Regular exercise, such as brisk walking or swimming, also supports cardiovascular health and reduces the risk of erectile dysfunction. Additionally, avoid smoking and limit alcohol consumption to protect penile health. 5. Manage stress and sleep. Stress and sleep deprivation can negatively affect sexual health. Practice stress management techniques such as meditation, yoga, or deep breathing to improve your mood and sexual function. Ensure you get enough sleep each night to maintain stable testosterone levels and overall health. 6. Use protection during sexual activity. Using condoms not only helps prevent sexually transmitted infections but also protects the penis from physical trauma. If you have multiple partners or are unsure of your partner's sexual health status, using protection is essential to safeguard yourself. 7. Have regular medical checkups. Even without noticeable symptoms, routine checkups with a healthcare provider help detect potential issues early and ensure your penile health is in optimal condition. Doctors can perform necessary screenings and offer advice tailored to your health status. Daily penile care not only helps maintain sexual health but also enhances your overall quality of life and self-confidence. Start with simple habits like gentle hygiene, regular checks, and a healthy lifestyle to protect your health. If you find this information helpful, share it with your friends and loved ones to help raise awareness about men's health. Don't hesitate to ask questions or share your experiences in the comments section below. We're always here to listen and support you. Rule 5. Listen to your body and learn to respond to the subtle signals it sends. At a certain age, we no longer race against time. No longer strive to conquer great heights, chase victories, or prove something to the world out there. Instead, the journey begins to turn inward, toward deeply, kindly, and patiently listening to our own bodies. And this isn't just about hearing the obvious pains, cramps, or aches after a bad night's sleep. It's about recognizing even the tiniest, gentlest signals, often no louder than a whisper, that carry some of the most important messages. For instance, a slight shift in sensation, like diminished sensitivity in a certain part of the body, or a vague feeling of disconnection from oneself. These may not be signs of a serious illness, but they are inner reminders, pay attention to me. At 70, 75, or 80, the body no longer functions the way it used to. It no longer hides or endures discomfort as well as it once did. But in return, it becomes more honest. And if you know how to listen, it will always guide you in the right direction. I once spoke with a 79-year-old man named George. A former architect, he had lived his whole life in logic, engineering, and numbers. But after retirement, he began to listen to his body as if it were a symphony. It's not always clear, he said. Sometimes it's just discomfort in the lower belly, or a sense of losing part of myself. And if I ignore it, it comes back stronger. But if I sit down, do nothing, just place my hand over the area and ask, what's happening here? The answer often comes naturally. We're used to suppressing bodily sensations with medication or distraction. But the older we get, the more we need a new kind of relationship with ourselves. One based on kindness, not control. And this is especially important when it comes to the parts of our body we tend to overlook, the vulnerable areas, the ones we might neglect, or even feel ashamed about when something goes wrong. The penis is a prime example. Many older men say they feel this part no longer matters. That if their sex life is in the past, then caring for that area isn't necessary. But this is a major misconception. Because care isn't only about function. It's about sensation, about wholeness, about self-respect and a deep connection with one's own body. A geriatric doctor I once worked with, Dr. Caroline, told me, when a man over 70 starts paying healthy attention to his genital area, not in a sexual context but in terms of health, that's when you know he's entering a deeper stage of healing. And that's a beautiful thing. Picture this. After your evening shower, instead of quickly drying off and putting on your pajamas, you spend a few minutes gently applying a soothing moisturizer to the dry areas of your body, including your penis, as a simple act of care. No need to think in terms of right or wrong, normal or abnormal. Just listening and responding. A closed loop of communication between mind and body. It's these small acts that create the biggest changes over time. I once knew a man named Daniel, 81 years old, who had lived a dry and rigid life. After being hospitalized for a urinary tract infection, his doctor recommended daily genital hygiene. At first, he found it embarrassing, but he gave it a try, not because someone forced him to, but because he wanted to make peace with himself. A month later, he told me, I didn't expect it to make me feel alive again. Not because desire returned, but because I realized, I'm still here. I can still feel. And that moved me. You see, aliveness doesn't vanish after 70. It just changes form. And what you need to do is open your heart to receive it in every moment of self-care. We often think feeling healthy comes from big things, eating well, exercising, sleeping soundly. But sometimes, it comes from something as simple as no longer feeling dry or itchy in the morning. Or feeling at peace because you know you've fully cared for your own body, without neglect, without avoidance. That's deep self-respect, a gift no one can give you except yourself. And if you've ignored that for many years, don't feel guilty. Just start again, today. From your next shower. From the next time you get out of bed in the morning. No need for grand gestures. Just a gentle touch, a closer look, a moment of care. Let your body know you are listening. And that you are still here, with all the respect it deserves. Sometimes, we forget that movement, even the gentlest, is a form of communication. A morning stretch, a few leisurely steps in the garden, or an unconscious stretch while making coffee are not merely physical motions. They are silent signals the body sends as if to remind us, I am still alive. I am still connected. I still choose to continue. At an age when many begin to hesitate due to declining functions, continuing to move, however you can, is a declaration of presence, control, and respect for yourself. There's no need for complicated exercises or expensive equipment. Your legs, muscles, nervous system, and blood vessels all respond positively to just a few simple movements repeated consistently every day. This is not a race to regain youth, but a conscious effort to nurture flexibility, autonomy, and, most importantly, a full sense of connection with your body. You might never have thought that urination is something that needs to be retrained in old age. But that's absolutely true. Aging weakens the muscles that control the bladder, making it harder to fully empty it. The small amount of urine left behind might seem harmless, but if it happens repeatedly every day, it creates an ideal environment for bacteria to grow, leading to urinary tract infections, urgency, frequency, leakage, and many silent troubles. The problem is that many men don't realize they are holding back. They stand up when they feel done, not knowing that their bladder hasn't completed its task. It all starts with vague signs: waking up more often at night to urinate, discomfort after urinating, or slight leakage during the day. These are ways the body signals that it needs attention. Luckily, the solution is not medication or surgery, but small changes in awareness and habits. Take your time. Learn to breathe deeply and relax. If you're standing, try sitting down. When you think you're finished, stay for another 10 to 20 seconds. Lean forward slightly or shift your hips to one side. These small gestures can make a big difference, not just for your urinary system, but also for your mood, sense of control, and dignity. Sadly, many men feel embarrassed talking about these changes. From childhood, we've been taught that reproductive and urinary health is private, even shameful. But it's time to break this silence. There is nothing wrong with caring about how your body works. In fact, it's one of the most profound acts of self-love you can do, especially at a life stage when every small sign deserves attention. That's why listening to your body should happen not only when you're unwell, but also when you feel normal. Moments that seem trivial, like going to the bathroom, are where you can practice mindfulness and reconnect with yourself. Your body never stops communicating with you. The question is, do you take enough time to listen? We know topics like these can be uncomfortable for many. But think about it this way: if a part of your body has faithfully served you for decades, why wouldn't it deserve your gentle care? The truth is that the penis, prostate, bladder, all those organs you once considered sensitive, are actually complex, delicate systems playing a vital role in your daily quality of life. Respecting them is not about showing off or chasing youth. It's about preserving dignity, comfort, and the joy of living fully. Gentle hygiene, visual checks, regular moisturizing, frequent movement, mindful urination. Each of these 5 habits alone might not seem impressive, but when practiced daily as part of a self-care ritual, they create a powerful, healthy rhythm. A quiet but strong way of saying, I still care for myself, I still love myself, and I still choose to live actively, no matter my age. Old age is not a time to give up. It is a time to slow down, not because you're weaker, but because you're wise enough to know what truly matters. And you choose to dedicate time, attention, and love to yourself. Starting with the smallest things. A stretch. A step on the cool tiles. A moment of mindful urination. These seemingly small acts can open the door to a richer, more meaningful, and fuller life. If you've read this far, that's a good sign. It shows you are present, caring, and wanting the best for yourself. Share one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it in your life. Because the stories you share can inspire others, those who may be quietly going through the same. And if you find this message helpful, don't hesitate to spread it. Who knows, it might just be the beginning of someone else's journey toward kind and respectful healthcare.